I think even though his Springers is
just threw him out of the ring and kicked him. I think he threw a kick there. Otto Vargas playing to the crowd. Fernando Vargas Sr. saying, listen, what a right hand.
wow.
And this is over.
I think that shot, the referee doesn't even need to count. That was a great shot over.
What's up, everybody? Rob Nakamura here with the High Chief, Zac Pauga. Together, we're fully hydrated. My man, what a massive week in combat sports. And just like that intro, it's always a clue. This episode's a little bit of goofing around, a little bit of what the hell's going on here, and then some heavy hitting. So there you go. Little Easter egg always, as always. How you doing, my bro?
I'm doing good, man. And it's like we've been saying this for so long that it's such a cool time to be a combat sports fan of everything. If you're not just a UFC fan, if you like all the stuff, there's so many good options now, and it's like getting hard to do this show. It's like getting hard to to give everything the light that it deserves.
No kidding. And it is a blessing for sure in this time and space, in the combat sports space, words, to be able to be so spoiled and have good fighting, really good fighting happening all over the place. Very entertaining stuff. On that clip, before we move on to the real topics, Amado, really, I would be pissed if I got stomped on in a fighting league that definitely does not allow stomping. Like, I'm okay with all sorts of violence as long as it's within the rules, dude. Just don't disrespect me. For him to roll out of the ring, hit a couple Michael Jackson thrusts, and then his dad. Shout out to Fernando Vargas for obviously being a cool ass dad, but also being on point as a coach, being like, all right, kid, good fun, focus, don't get counted out, just all of it. And then after when he won, just celebrating, he's gotta, right now, there's probably gotta be the top list, happy dad. You got 3 sons, all of them doing the family name proud, and just damn, he's killing it in the dad department, dude.
Well, absolutely. And the one thing I want to say about that specifically, that's such a good example of what you do when someone does that, right? When you you see those little lame fouls in MMA all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you let it shake you in any way, you're calling for a penalty, you're getting mad, you're doing all this stuff, they just succeeded. They just got what they were trying to do. No, roll out of the ring, do a little dance, get back in there and knock him out, right? And then now that's the clip. And now that's the clip. That's what we all see, right? You don't cry, you don't sit there, you don't take all 5 minutes for a low blow, right? Get up, shake it off, and go knock him out. Yes.
Basically the complete opposite of what happened a few weeks ago. I'm blanking the veteran fighter's name. Damn it, it'll come back to me. But he, in his fight, he threw a freaking tantrum and quit in the PFL. What?
Joe was.
Joe Schilling. Yeah, Joe Schilling. Yeah,
right. That's what you don't do. That's what you don't do.
Yes, that's good. That's a great point by you. I just wanted to highlight that. Yeah, those are 2 opposite sides of the coin, and do and don't do. Loved it. Also, I'm happy for BKB taking the risk, signing all these names, and finally getting a viral clip. BKFC has tons of viral clips. BKB a little bit lagging in the viral department. Super happy for them and everybody on that side getting that done. Folks, new people, old people, veterans of listening to the channel, thank you so much for being here nice and early. Remember, this is our discussion. So drop your comments on X or on YouTube. Join the conversation as we flow through it. Let us know what you're thinking. So we reformatted the show a couple weeks ago. So we'll get to our favorite pump and dump a little later. But right now, we need to address some of the news, some of the gossip, some of the word on the street stuff. And just because it's right here and it's the easiest thing for me to click, not because I care it to be number one, figured let's get it out of the way. He's on my wall. He's in our face. He's in our life for one more fight. Who am I talking about? The enigmatic Conor McGregor, saying he's done after his very next fight. Thank goodness, in my own opinion, saying IFW 2027, which is like a smooth year away, which now makes way more sense given his injury. Saying those wild stuff like I'll be back in 9 months or 6 months was kind of dumb. This makes way more sense. I don't know, man. What's your thoughts when you see that statement?
Dude, so this is like one of the things that we like get a battle on this show. I'm like a Conor like fan, and I try and back him all the time. But honestly, truly, I don't care, dude. I don't care. I don't think it's gonna happen. And B, who's he gonna fight? Are they gonna bring back Cowboy for him to like? It's not gonna be Max. You're not gonna fight Max. You're not gonna fight Islam. Like, who's he gonna fight in a year from now? So I truly do not care. I don't care, Connor.
I agree with you on some of what you just said, as in, like, what does it matter? Like, who does he fight? What does it matter? The other thing is, like, both Connor and Max said each other's name again. Like, they seem, now this is up to the UFC, obviously, but they seem very happy to do a trilogy, which
yeah.
I'm
sure
just
Max
like, whatever.
Max wants to get paid. Max wants to get paid.
I want Max to get paid. I want this to happen again. Like, this is staying on my wall until he retires. I also agree with you full-heartedly that I don't believe him. I never believe anything Conor says, really. But mainly I don't believe him because fighters are never really done. We've said this a lot, but when your name pulls M's, you're forever active. It's just a matter of who's gonna cough up the money to make you jump out, unless you're GSP, which somehow he has.
The big thing is that this next fight is the last fight on his contract.
That part.
He's not done fighting. He's done in the UFC. He's done in the UFC. We're gonna see him box Mayweather again 3 years from now.
Oh, these guys, never ending story. All right. So the next part, some good news, some solid, I can like stand on it, good news. Really excited when I saw this. Excuse me. This dropped a few hours ago, actually. I think everybody's excited to see this. Darren Till, Yoel Romero getting down in bare knuckle. BKFC September 26th. September 26th. Come on, Rob. It's in Manchester, England. I don't like that part, but hey, Till's the younger name. They're trying to make a push over there. I get it from a business standpoint. They're trying to grow in that region. But dude, if 50-year-old Romero, what is he, 49? If 50-year-old Romero can nuke Till, oh my God, dude. Like, the internet's gonna break.
So this is super exciting. I'm gonna try and get on this card. Like, this is super, super exciting. I just don't, dude. I love UL. I'm a massive UL fan.
Me too.
But like, he's been and more power to him. He's been crushing cans for the last like 5 years. Like, he hasn't had an actual like difficult fight in a long time. And Till in box, from what we've seen of him as a boxer, he's good, dude. He's no joke. I don't think it's going to be as exciting as we want it to be, but it's an exciting time to be alive. Like, it's an exciting matchup.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, Yoel has done it better than most, better than the average bear as far as staving off Father Time. You know, I've usually see the watermark is 42. 42 is when the elite status tends to erode away from the athlete. They can linger around and be some cool stuff. I know someone's immediately going to yell at me, what about George Foreman? Yeah, that's fucking George Foreman, bro. Good job. You picked one out of a billion people. But that's not how it goes. That's normally not the story. But Yoel has pushed this watermark way further. Yes, the last few fights, maybe cans, whatnot. But dude, physique obviously still off the chain. Speed still pretty damn good, even though it's against cans, like it's still there. It's the part of can he take a hit? Because Till will locate, Till will land something. And I'm just afraid that Father Time will show up now. And yeah, that's it.
Well, and this is my only like negative or critique of Bare Knuckle. Bare Knuckle's badass. It's awesome. I love it's the coolest thing right now. I love it. But the only thing as a fighter I don't like is that the cuts stop the fight. And it's like it's not even if Yoel can like tough it out. It's can't how much scar tissue does he have on his eyebrows? Because he's gonna get touched and it's gonna get opened up. And the doc like these doctors don't care. They're doing their job. They're doing their job, right. And they're stopping fights. And that's the only thing I don't like about Bare Knuckle. So many fights, so many good fights get stopped because of cuts.
Yeah, it's kind of you got to take it. That's like the old plus and minus of anything, right? And that's the minus. I agree with you there. All right, we did some good news. We did some in between stuff. Let's hit the hard story. The one that I did not see coming. I was surprised when you told me about this. I had to look it up, my dude. Rod Tang re-signing with ONE after so much drama, peak drama. And then does this I don't know, man. Before we weigh in our opinions, I just want to give context for the people who don't know. Rod Tang said he wasn't going to sign, he was going to test free agency, all this other stuff. But here's the reactions from people. I just want to share some comments, like literally from that post. People saying Rod Tang's too inconsistent and just a weird fighter now. His heart doesn't seem to be in it. We got, hey, didn't you sue him? Yeah, the company sued him for a bit. That whole drama. Then he wanted like everything I just said about the free agency thing. People don't forget. People aren't forgetting. So, dude, this is weird, bro.
So it is weird, but it's not like I think I said this when he left. I was like so interested in where he was going to go, like what he's going to do. If you're a Thai fighter, there's nowhere to go. Like, you think the UFC has a monopoly on MMA? Look up Muay Thai. Look up what Rajadam Stadium is paying its stadium champions. Like the best Muay Thai fighters in the world are making like $600, guys. Like and Rod Tang, you're talking making hundreds of thousands, life-changing money in Thailand. I didn't know where he was going to go. The only option for him would be to go to purely kickboxing and go to K1 or Glory, right? Which K1 has a huge like lightweight classes, but Glory doesn't. Glory has heavyweights. So that's maybe if he would have beat Tension, he would have, but he's probably thinking that he's not too keen on kickboxing after he just got knocked out by Tension.
Yeah. So Takeru, I guess showed
Takeru,
him
not Tension.
Yeah, it's all good. Takeru, obviously I think lowered his value.
Yeah.
If he was gonna test or do something, what is a promoter gonna want with a guy fresh off a knockout, seemingly uncommitted, playing games? And now you can sit on the side of Rod Tang, you can sit, and we don't know all the argument stuff.
Right. I hope his contract this time was in Thai.
Yes.
I hope they give him a Thai contract.
Right. So I just like you said, like, where do you go? Like RWS ain't paying shit. He doesn't want to switch to kickboxing, so K1's out of the question. Like he has nowhere else to go. So with that being said, I hope it's not like shit. I hope it's a good deal. I hope he's happy, and I hope to see some good Rod Tang fights, however many are left for him. I enjoy seeing the guy fight. So
as long as like who knows what the deal is, but as long as the deal's good, this is the best thing for both of them. Truly, like this was best case scenario. I don't want to see Rodtang go to glory and get destroyed. He is small glove Muay Thai, the best, right? That's his whole thing. He put the small glove Muay Thai on the map. Haggerty's the champ. Like, have him go knock out Haggerty for a third time. This is the best thing for both. One needs stars, and Rodtang needs one. So I'm happy. I just, like you said, I hope he's not getting dogged around.
Yeah, and this is the first positive news I've had for months. It seems like I just don't talk. Every time I come here, I have to talk about who they're cutting, who they're releasing, what kind of drama's going on. All right, well, there's a new kid on the block, if you will, a new league debuting, starring some people we already know. Very interesting headlining matchup here between Platinum Mike Perry against the number one hated guy by, it seems like, everybody, Dylan Dennis. And I don't know. The thing is, like, I'm not really into the fact that these guys are fighting. Like, who cares, really? Honestly, I don't know what the excitement level for you is on this fight, but it's pretty much zero for me. What's your thoughts?
So, well, the excitement level is, for the fight itself, is low, and it's like, I like Mike and I like everything he's done. I think this is a horrible business decision. Like, this is Dennis is like so hated and because of what he's done. Everyone thinks he's a chump, right? Because he lost to Logan Paul. Like, he looks like he's not thought of very highly by the casual fan. Everyone thinks he's a chump, but he's damn good at grappling and submitting people. And Mike Perry, right, got submitted by Cowboy. Maybe his jiu-jitsu's gotten better in like the last 7 years or whatever, but he's been boxing. He hasn't been showing any jiu-jitsu. This is a prime situation for Dennis to go in there and submit Mike Perry after Mike Perry just beat the shit out of Nate Diaz. And then we're never going to hear the end of Dylan Dennis. Then we'll never get rid of him if he goes in there and submits Mike.
No kidding, dude. That's literally the only downside, is if he wins, that's like permanent status for this troll. I will pivot on this and say I'm excited for the debut of a new league. Folks, if you don't know, it's a brand new league, Dual Battle. They're doing something kind of not necessarily brand new, but a little bit unique in the sense of they're going to do mixed matching. So kind of like one championship. There's going to be some kickboxing, going to be some other stuff in between. We don't really know all the details, but it's not just one art form. The MMA match, the main event, is going to be in a ring. So there's that element. It's not a cage, it's a ring. Who knows there? Very interesting stuff. The thing behind all of this, where I get all nerdy and excited about, is this is put on by basically a gambling company is now putting their money behind producing fights. Now, I'm not going to immediately jump into the tainted fights and rig stuff. I'll let you guys do that later. But the fact is, new money from different industries, from online gambling, is coming into the sport. There's been a lot of leagues having hard times recently because the way they get their funding, all different kinds of stories. I'm not going to get into it, but gambling, it's popping. Like, they got everybody gambling. They got little kids gambling. They got grandmas gambling. And now this money is finding its way trickled down into the fight game, creating an opportunity for the fighters. And I don't know, that part I'm okay with, but we'll see how long this lasts, right? Like this I don't know. It's kind of weird to see. I don't think I've ever seen this before in while covering the sport and beyond.
Yeah. Well, kind of came out of nowhere. At least, I mean, I keep my ear to the ground, especially on like new leagues that might need fighters. I keep my ear to the ground, and it kind of came out of nowhere. And I love it. I've said, like, boxing is boxing, but new boxing leagues where, like, you don't necessarily need to be the most established guy is one thing, but kickboxing, like K1 style glory kickboxing, is the coolest damn thing in the world, and I just don't know why it can't get big in America. It's what everyone says they want to see, and so I'm hoping some people can put some money in, get some badass kickboxing fights, and it can become something.
I'm with you. I've done a whole dork like deep dive onto this, dude, and my answer has come up to this simple fact: it didn't get enough runway. So when did kickboxing come on in the American scene? In the 80s, mainly kind of the later 80s into the early 90s, but that was also the last peak golden time of boxing, right? And then what happened? The UFC was born. You had something more violent, more rough, more edgy, and that kind of, it just never got the runway to really attach to the fan base that it needed. And it was just bad timing is my conclusion on that answer, though. But there can be a new time. It can be now. All right. This one, I like this story. A little bit of good news for the end of this segment because it connects back to you in a weird way because fighting is such a small, tiny community. Robilis Despaigne getting re-signed to the UFC. He just had to go fight literally everywhere. And for the people who are hating on the MVP card, the UFC was, for all the people who are like, there's nobody on the card. Who they got? They got a bunch of nobody. The UFC signing a bunch of the people off of that card. So, how about that?
So that's the big thing. And props for Robilis. He earned it. That's getting back into the UFC is harder than getting into the UFC. Like I don't even know the number. He's had like 10 finishes since they cut him, 10 knockouts, and then got back into the UFC. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. And going back to the what we were saying about the dual sports thing, and we said MVP, more money and more competition in the game is good for fighters. The only reason they signed him is not to inject life into the heavyweight division. It's to mess with MVP, to stop Despaigne versus Francis, right? They also signed Parnasse to headline France, to stop MVP from having a French headliner. That's the only reason why. Those guys are also very good fighters. But that is why, and it's good. It's good for them. I'm happy for them. Good for them. Good for every fighter that fought on MVP that didn't get signed by the UFC. Competition makes the sport better.
Competition definitely makes the sport better. It's so positive in so many different ways. And man, what can I say? Other than there's a little bit of drama left in the news, and I gotta bring it up. We got two different clips, but not back to back. First, I'm gonna show the positive angle. If you guys don't know, grandson of Muhammad Ali, Nico Ali Walsh, has been up to this point very staunch and strong on keeping the Ali Act and not messing with it and protecting the fighters. So quick clip.
Defense, I don't care about Zuffa. I'm only here for boxing. I'm here for the fighters.
Now, the reaction recently, because, well, there's a picture that surfaced with him and Nick Khan talking with the TKO guys, and underneath that picture, the reaction from the public, not very good. Shout out to Vinny's Corner. He's literally at Zuffa fight on their broadcast. This was actually the last domino, this last pillar, as somebody else said it. Did he offer anything specific? I heard zero case for anything. So it's just kind of like, it went from very pointed arguments in the past, now just to a kind of a generic, I want what's good for the fighters. And then the post, like I said, just saying, hey, we're looking at the things that need to change in boxing, which the previous stance was like, don't change anything. And I got this last clip because I've been holding on to this one for a while because I knew it would be relevant at some point. But the great RJJ weighed in. This interview happened like a couple months ago.
It's not about Scotland and winning no more. It's about who they want there. And that's what they're trying to do to boxing. I'm sorry. That's not right. I don't care who you are. Talent, skill, hard work, all those things should determine who's the best, and you should have an opportunity to get a shot at the best if you want the best. Not have to kiss their ass to get to the best, but they got total control of it. You got to kiss their ass or you can't fight. You got to move out of the country. That's right. That's what we want to see in boxing. No, it's not, but that's what's about to happen, and they too idiotic to understand that. Most of the people around too idiotic to understand what's really happening. They don't understand. By the time they get it, it's already too late. It's almost too late now. Nico understands, that's why he went there. Oscar understands, that's why he went there. But most people in boxing don't understand. They see a few money, oh, that's great money. No, it's not. It's great money now, it's not great money tomorrow. History's gonna be erased. There's gonna be no such thing as WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO champ no more. Chance Crawford was known for being the four belt era champ more in 3 weight division. That's gonna be gone now. No such chance to do that anymore. And that's what we want in boxing. So we're gonna kill the history to make it look like UFC. Not make it out of there with that. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Strong words, but a lot of truth being spoken in a minute and 20 seconds, man. What's your thoughts when you're seeing that?
So completely true. And like, he is old school, but in my opinion, you argue with me if you want, right? Roy Jones is the greatest boxer ever, in my opinion, right? The best ever. And so I'm going to listen to what he has to say. And this is, in my opinion, what this is all kind of, with the Nico Ali Walsh stuff is where it's coming, why he's starting to flip, other than maybe they gave him a bunch of money under the table. Yeah. But like Zuffa is now saying that like their specific champions will be allowed to unify. Like specific champions will be allowed to link all the belts together. And when they say specific, what they mean is guys that they think that are going to win. And so that then the Zuffa belt can essentially just become the only belt. And so Roy's 100% correct, right? That's not good for the fight. It's good for Conor Benn right now. It's good for the guys there right now, right?
Right.
It's not good for boxers 5 years from now, boxers 15 years from now.
Definitely. The Shakurs, the Conor Benns, and everybody else in between. I mean, look, Jayo Pataya is running a lawsuit right now against the IBF, I believe.
Yeah. Might be IBO, but yeah, one of the eyes. One of them. Yeah.
One of the Alphabet Gang guys got a lawsuit on their hands. And just for the sake of like, hey, I should be fighting for that belt. That's kind of also within what RJJ was saying right there, that like it's no longer going to be about the best being the best. And I get it. We've already had the promotions and the promoters kind of pulling the reins and trying to get the best time for the fight to get the most money out of it. But when you literally have to take it to court, like, I don't want to have to fight a court battle to be able to fight in the ring. That's nonsense, man.
Well, the issue, and they don't, dude, Roy, he said it all. He said it all, that the boxers right now, they're taking that money. They don't realize what they're losing, right? They're losing control. They're losing the ability to say, I'm going to fight him. Because Jai doesn't have that, right?
Nope.
He's a Zuffa champion. Cool. What does that mean? That means you fight whoever Zuffa tells you to fight, right?
Right. That's it. And whoever they have signed to their promotion, because the other guys aren't really wanting to play ball unless Turkey's throwing up the money for a big event, and that's few and far between. All right. Well, we're out of the news, folks, going on to the next thing. And we try to keep a little bit of tradition here as we go into the predictions for UFC Serbia. And we have a very specific method how we do this. And it's not scientific at all. It's actually real bootleg. We just look at the poster. And the poster this week has two guys, Udos Medic and Daniel Rodriguez. So that's who we're going to talk about. We don't go any further than that. Uber casual takes on this. And something we've been doing recently is keeping track, because I personally hate all the charlatans on X and Instagram and everywhere else that people be selling picks and acting like they're experts and talking like they know some shit. You guys don't know shit. It's just luck. Stop it. So we're bringing you authentic well-tracked stats and scores over the next period of time. And my brother, you laughing? What's going on?
Listen, I have to defend myself because now I have to defend myself. We only started tracking, and my friends have been the last 3 all main events have all been like people in my life.
Yeah.
So I tell you guys every week, definitely don't place money based on my bets because I'm going with people I know. If I know you, if we're boys, if we pound fists, I'm picking you no matter what.
I respect that, and that's up to the intelligent listeners we have to then fade you. They go, oh, Zach is rooting for his boy. I'm gonna fade that, and that's how a discerning better would go about his ways. But my man, when you're looking at this main event across the earth, who you favoring?
This one, I have no connection to anybody. I have no connection there. This is pure fight educated pick, right? And I'm picking Ursos Medic. And I would have picked Ursos. I would have picked Ursos if D-Rod didn't just spend 5 months in a Mexican prison. But he did. And so maybe they showed him some of that Mexican judo down there. I don't know. But it's very, very rarely do people do long prison stints and get better at professional sports. So we'll see. I'm picking Ursos Medic.
Yeah, that's great breakdown, my dude. I don't know how effective Mexican ground karate is in prison. It seems like not a place you want to try that out. I have to put a disclaimer that I don't know either of these guys, but I like both of them a lot, and it hurts me to make this pick. I am going to also fade Rodriguez. I'm going to go with Medic on this one. I just think at this point of the career and overall, if you just look at overall skill sets, D-Rod's got one general way to beat you up. It's punch you. He's going to punch you up. He's going to walk at you. He's going to punch you. That's basically the recipe. And Uros can do a few good things pretty decently. He's not super amazing world class at anything, but he can do everything pretty darn good. So that's why I'm going with him. And we debuted you're probably wondering, why was there 3 scores? There's just Rob and Zach. Who the hell else is picking? Well, we have a beautiful buddy, AI, Skynet in this case. He's our programmed AI just for fights. And he or she or it, the non-gendered AI, is picking Uros Medic on this one. And, well, there it is. Okay. Now I have something to say. It's 4 weeks in a row I'm the same as a stupid AI, and I'm not doing that on purpose. I kind of want to disagree with the AI just for the funs of it, but it will come organically at some point. But
as long as you're both still undefeated, picked all right. That's okay to be picking along with the AI and getting it right. It's when we both start picking against it and losing. That's when we'll take it out of the show. That's when Skynet won't be on the show anymore.
That's it. That makes sense. I can live with that, dude. I'd rather back up your picks though. I don't want to be backing up freaking Skynet, dude. I've watched all the movies. I know how this ends.
I do want to say one. I want to say one thing about D-Rod, and this is a term that I've just kind of recently come into knowledge of for MMA. D-Rod is what I would call an overperformer. He's better than he's supposed to be. If you look at his size, his strength, his skill ability, he wins fights that he shouldn't win. He does. He's won a bunch of fights that he should not have won. So here's my gambling advice. If you're looking for a dog, if you've already lost so much money that the only answer is to keep gambling, right? It's you get there sometimes. He's a good dog. It's not a bad dog because he is the underdog in the fight. I think he's a good dog, but if we're just talking so I can get on the scoreboard here, I'm picking Urso.
Zach's the kind of guy who he sees you in the hole, he can throw you the rope or throw you a shovel. He throws you the shovel, man. He's like, I love it. Yeah, I mean, good luck, no, good call, and yeah, he's a totally live dog. I'm not gonna be surprised if he goes out there and knocks him out, and I'm gonna be like, I'm not. Wasn't that's not like the most random thing that I'd ever see. Kind of makes sense. All right, what else we got going on? Oh, well. I want to use this moment of time to just confess that I didn't watch any. This was the 1 week a year that I missed everything. When I say everything, dude, here's a few images of all the stuff Rob missed this week. I missed BKB. I missed BKFC. Then this montage here. I missed all of this stuff, all of it, from LFA down to Pancrase and everything in between. I missed Spencer Sue. I missed the AJ fight. I missed Fury Watt. I missed everything. I missed everything except this one little fight. I somehow was able to squeeze into the main event of the Berlanga fight. Talk about that briefly for a second. But man, I just want to get your thoughts on this massive fight weekend that was stacked to the gills that I completely missed.
I mean, so you're 100% right. It was stacked to the gills. I didn't watch every single thing. I watched AJ and I watched Fury, and I wish that I hadn't. I wish I was like, I wish that I had it. I just watched the main events of those. And yeah, dude, it's like we said at the very beginning of the show. It's a great time to be a fight fan. There's so much available, right? There's so much to watch.
There is, dude. All right. Let's get into some of the stuff that was like ill, whatever. All right. Side note, I normally bring the videos in like for full view so we can see it, but I'm kind of tired of having to edit this stuff tomorrow so that the stupid YouTube unfreezes the video because it always blocks our stuff because they have too much videos and somebody cries about copyright. So I'm gonna try this format and share the whole post and see, like, hey, if there's somebody out there, by the way, DM me if you know about the stupid rules for the copyrights and shit on stupid YouTube. And YouTube's probably mad that I just called it stupid twice. So whatever. I can get away with it on X, but not on YouTube. So if you understand the copyright, let me know. But here's Fury just middling around. So, this is supposed to be tune-up fights. I don't know if they're supposed to get me excited to see two guys that I wanted to see fight back in like 2017, and now it's like 9 years too late, and I super don't give a shit. But that did not make me salivate. That did not make me go, "Ooh, baby, look at that. I want more of that in my life."
Well, dude, and if you've been watching boxing since then, right, since 2016, 2017, like if you saw Tyson Fury fight Deontay Wilder, or even so, the Fury versus Wilder was like his peak, but even Tyson Fury beat Klitschko. Like if you saw that Tyson Fury, and then you saw that dude fighting that we just watched, it's not the same person. It's not. It's like I'm like, what is he even doing? The dude that he's fighting, like respect to the dude that he's fighting, he's not championship level. Like it is a tune-up fight. It's a tune-up fight, and that's fine. You're supposed to like beat the shit out of dudes when you're in a tune-up fight. Like
right.
That's how it's supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be point fighting. You're not supposed to win a safe decision in a tune-up fight.
That's it. Real quick, shout out Billy. I'm going to answer this question for a second. Any thoughts on Walter Walker? We are going to talk about this in the pump and dump in a few minutes. We will get to that. So thank you for bringing this up. And yeah, man, we'll catch up with you in a second on that. We're going to muscle on through because once again, I didn't get to see these fights. I only saw these clips, but then you came at me with some interesting take, and I want to hear it. But let's play it for the people first, and then get into the dissecting of the. So comparative tune-up fights. From one tune-up fight that was like, what the hell are we watching? Two uncles fight over the last bratwurst, and then this one is just bang, 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 chaos. But then you brought up the word work, and I really want to hear what you're thinking on this, man.
So it's not the worst one ever. It's not the worst. It's not the most like egregious thing I've ever seen. But the announcers covered it all, right? The announcers said everything. What they were saying, guys, that was round 1. That wasn't like round 8. That was round 1, and Josh was just getting the shit kicked out of him. Right? He gets dropped twice. He's getting beat up. They said everything. Great, biggest upset in boxing history. The Tyson Fury fight is going up in flames. All this stuff, right? Keep in mind also, this wasn't in Vegas. This wasn't in London, right? It was in Jaga, wherever the hell Jaga is, wherever the Jaga Fight Commission running things, you know. So obviously, Frank got knocked out. Like he didn't. I'm not saying he like sat down, technically like that. But if you actually watch the fight, it's only 2 rounds. He beats the shit out of AJ round 1, and then he comes out round 2 and doesn't throw punches, like doesn't fight. Just watch on, look at the finish there, backs himself up into the corner, and then AJ just uppercuts his head off. Like that's either it's a work or he's just a really bad fighter, and they gave AJ a really bad fighter to go against for his judo. But that's from the work angle. From the other angle, that's how tune-ups are supposed to go. You're supposed to go in and blow somebody's head off in the second round.
Right. But it's the flip of character. If he was just dog shit who couldn't locate in the whole first round and then gets detonated in the second, yeah, cool. Yeah. But he was a game bird, landing shots, leading the dance, and then just to kind of come off the gas, come off the throttle hella hard, just kind of coast into oblivion. Very weird.
And it's like, I'm no expert boxer, right? I'm a 2-1 dirty boxer, though. I'm no expert boxer, but like you drop a guy twice in the first round. Go finish the fight. Go finish the fight. You drop him one more time. Like it's crazy when I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is he got the call. He got the call from Turkey down in the league. Like, hey, dude, you don't get to win this, okay?
He got the notification. His the crypto landed in his wallet. is good. All right, so I'm gonna show some clips from the Zuffa boxing event that I actually got to see just this one fight. And the reason why I'm showing the clips is not really for the fight. It's for this weird shit that keeps happening at the end, dude. Like over the past couple months on this channel, we've documented the most ridiculous actions happening by the third man who's supposed to be invisible. Guys, if you don't know the code of conduct as a referee, you're supposed to be a ghost. You're supposed to be invisible. That is a mark of a good referee. Not getting hella involved and just ride with me on the next 4 clips.
Such emotion, such hatred, a lot of control, pressure.
And there it is.
In one instance.
So blink.
A-side going down in the first round nice and early. He's not hurt. He's kind of laughing at himself for taking that one, but it makes drama. Made the fight interesting as hell.
Oh, what a big left hook, and he's still standing up. And then a right uppercut. Still a minute to go in round number 3. Let's go.
Classic. Takes a little knockdown in the first round, gathers himself together. Then the Berlanga we expected shows up in the third. Continues on.
This is good stuff right here. Butler landed a good right hand.
It wobbled Berlanga, but Berlanga right back with the power shots.
Everything's looking good. It's a good fight. It's actually really fun to watch. And then here's the part. Just watch.
Good exchange from both guys. That's it. That's it.
What the fuck was that, bro? We've seen this now multiple times recently where refs are jumping into combat where the person is so not hurt. Yeah, was he stung? Was he dealing with getting hit by a super middleweight? Yeah, but he had to drag tackle him down to stop the fight, which is a ridiculous scenario. That means the fighter's still good, bro. If you got to launch your whole body weight into a tackle, guess what? His legs are still there. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you got to use your whole body weight to stop somebody, their legs are still fine, and you're making a real bad call. And we've seen this so much recently. It's like it feels like every week or every other week, no comedy, that a ref is physically manhandling the losing side, and it's boxing is not soft. Boxing is hard as hell, but it's making boxing soft. It's weird. It's just dumb. Sorry, I had to rant.
No, and that's a good rant. And of all the ones we've had, this is the worst one. And I'll tell you why. Like, this is where that rule comes from. The reason the ref has the ability to stop the fight when the boxer's still on his feet is from guys in the corner or on the ropes that are not going down, are concussed and are not going down and are going to die. Like, that's why that exists. You're already concussed and your body's leaning against the ropes, and if you take another headshot, like, death is a legitimate possibility. That's what that rule exists for. These dudes were thrown down in the middle of the ring, and the ref jumps and tackles him. Like, they're in the middle of the ring. Let him go down if he's going to go down. This is like, that's not the purpose of the rule. The purpose of not the standing 8, but the waving it off when they're standing is when they're using the ropes to hold themselves up and getting stuck on the ropes and are going to die. That's the purpose of the rule. The purpose is not for you to dive on a guy and tackle while he's boxing, while he's actively boxing.
Right.
And you're going to dive on him and tackle him down.
Yes, and just like you said, to expand on it, it's definitely meant for the times where the fighter is not fighting back or he's just eating a lot of shots. Doesn't have to be like a flurry of punches, just like over several moments in time. There's no action coming back from the fighter. He's just eating shots. He's there, but not there kind of stuff. Yeah, these refs are really getting suspect, man. It's getting frustrating like hell. I'm sure everybody else is frustrated.
And it's never the A side. That's
never the A
this
side.
is we've said this every 4 weeks. Oh, weird that you're going to dive on the B side and tackle him to the ground. Like, he wasn't jumping on Berlanga. They're not jumping on Usyk when he gets wobbled. You know, they weren't. AJ got dropped twice in the first round. No one was jumping on him to save him when AJ's hanging against the ropes, literally grabbing the guy to keep himself up. They weren't stopping the fight.
That's it. Comment here. End of the day, boxing is one of the most boring sports. I don't know what oat means, but I don't know. I don't know about all time. Thank you for that. I don't know about that. There's really good boxing out there, but
I will say I love boxing. I love boxing. Modern boxing has gotten to the point of it's like modern sport jiu-jitsu. Guys have gotten so good at the rules of boxing that it can be boring, right? Shakur Stevenson can make a fight as boring as he wants to make it and win them all. And he should. That's a good business decision for him. And that's like that. There's so much that goes into that, but I still love it. I like boxing. So
yeah, fair enough. I'm that guy that's gonna bitch and then still watch next week. All right, folks on X, all I can ask you to do is repost so other people can see this live going on right now. So if you can, please hit the repost button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like. Why not? And if you feel we've entertained you even just a little bit, maybe consider subscribing, because we're getting into the heavy stuff right before our pump and dump. There's there's been a big shifts recently in the back end of the business sector of the major orgs. In the minor orgs, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to skip that rant for right now. But I posted this. This is something we've all been talking about, and many people have said it. Really wise fan base that we have in this sport, keen to it. If you're any kind of hardcore UFC fan, you've been seeing it and smelling it and tasting it. But it's different when it comes out on an article on CNBC directly quoted from the horse's mouth. Dana White saying he thinks much more of UFC's future will be power slap and boxing. I don't know if that's supposed to be TKO's and it's not UFC's future because UFC is MMA. I don't, maybe the wording is weird there. Well, I can say this: Dana White's future is obviously in boxing and the power slap. He's completely been checked out of the UFC for quite some time. All of us know it for different reasons. We've broken down on this show 5-6 different angles of the details of that. But the bigger point behind this is that TKO is getting further and further away from the fan base. They don't really listen to the fans or what the fans want. They don't really produce what the fans want. The fans have all kinds of, and they're fans. We're fans. Fans, we bitch about shit. But there's some legitimate concerns and problems and some issues that is tanking the quality of the product. And those of us who've been fans for a long time, some people a few years, some people decades, some people like myself 30 plus years, I care a lot. So when I critique the UFC, some people on X like, you're always bitching, you're always ragging on the UFC. Bitch boy, I've been watching this longer than you've been alive, so I have a reason. I love it. I want it to be good. I want it to be the best. And when they purposely come up short, then yeah, I'm gonna talk some shit. But them talking shit has now led to 3 pretty powerful, pretty significant people to start getting together. And we've seen last week we covered John Martin making that announcement that he's going to team up with Nobuyuki Sakakibara or with RIZIN to bring PFL and RIZIN fights mergers of the titles. So a true world championship situation going on. Then there's these underlying rumors. We haven't seen the official announcement yet, but it's soon to come out that there's a deal of some sort between MVP and PFL. And all of these 3 leagues that I mentioned, they really listen to their fans. They really listen to they adjust things. PFL has retooled and adjusted and retooled and adjusted more times than I even want to give them credit for, sometimes to the annoying part. They really actually do care. RIZIN has a killer product. They know what they're doing, but they also care about their fan base. MVP, new kid on the block, but they also care. And they all 3 have key components that each other needs. And should they find a way to work it out, they actually present a product, could present a product that fans, I think, would really enjoy. Think about this. RIZIN, what do they need? Well, they need growth. They've maxed out Japan. They own Japan. And folks, when you go, oh, they're just in Asia. Folks, let me give you a little lesson. The Japanese, they're not really liked in the rest of Asia, okay? So their product is not being exported and entertained by some of their neighbors. So the easiest place to expand into is the Americas, all right? So that for them, they need growth. PFL, what don't they have? They don't have a good distribution deal. They're stuck with ESPN for right now, getting stuffed going head to head against the UFC, which is a suicide mission. Every major organization that has been stuck on a distribution deal going head to head with the UFC has died. You cannot do that. You're going to lose. And they know it. So they need a better distribution deal. They need somewhere to be seen. What does MVP have? They have the deal. They have a plug with Netflix. But what don't they have? Fighters. They don't have a roster. They don't have a good enough thing. These 3 organizations really can work together to create something new, and they actually listen to the fans on a deeper level, man. And it's a very interesting time right now.
Oh, totally. And this is like it's almost wishful thinking from us, like, because nothing has been other than the RIZIN and PFL doing a cross promoting and having their champions face each other has been confirmed. But if anything can like compete with the UFC, it's going to be the combination of all three of those. It's not going to be the GFL, it's not going to be the GFL. But
Stop it. Stop it.
for everything you just said, you broke it down so well, right? MVP on Netflix, right? And like putting it on Netflix with the fighters from PFL, with the global recognition from RIZIN, and it's it's moving along. That's all I can say. I don't have any real inside information, right? I was in like a casting call to be MVP, was trying to do a reality show, an Ultimate Fighter-esque like reality show, and I was in casting to be on it, and they basically canceled it. They're like, nope, we got something bigger. We're moving in a different direction, and I'm hoping it's this. I'm hoping it's some three-headed monster that can like. I don't want the UFC to get like beat and disappear or anything like that, but I want competition for them. And I want the one thing that the UFC really, really doesn't have is like global, especially Asian representation. That's if you're going to like try and attack a market and try and take something that they don't already have their hooks into, it's the Asian market, right? And they're fighting so hard to get China. But yeah, start in Japan, start in Korea, try and get something.
Yeah, dude, and that's the whole thing. I think a lot of hardcore UFC only fans lock into is like, UFC's number one. No one's going to beat the UFC. No shit. We're not talking about beating the UFC. We're talking about having a good race. Like in Fast and Furious, it's a Supra and the Charger. Whether you're a musclehead or a tuner, what's good to see? Both of them near each other racing. That's what makes it fun, and that's what made. For many fans are too young to remember Pride's heyday or wasn't even alive to see it. That's what made the UFC better. Having two horses in the race make it fun. And this here, I'm just gonna drop this image dropped by Cyborg. I know she's posting and trolling a little bit, but could you imagine if this is Cyborg's retirement fight in December against Rousey on Netflix? Big freaking deal, dude. Like, these are the kinds of things that are possible in the sport that the UFC can't do it all. So if these three horsemen, if you will, there's missing a fourth, but if these three generals could come together and make something, collab it together, like in my mind, I see this true world title thing happening with RIZIN rules broadcasted on Netflix to the world, like real MMA rules to the world. Oh my God, dude, like, send me to the moon. That's like what dreams.
Well, and you kind of just made a point that I had never really thought of, because I don't like to think of myself as old. But dude, you're right that most people don't remember or weren't alive when Pride and UFC were going at the same time. They don't remember going, oh, I heard Vanderlei's coming over. Vanderlei's going to come fight Chuck, or like
major.
There's this heavyweight that's like never lost, doing all this stuff. So you're right. You're totally right that they don't remember Pride, and never at no point was anyone like, oh, Pride is making so much more money than the UFC. That was never the point. The point is that we had two cool things happening, and it was exciting and good for everybody.
That's it. Solid point, man. And I hope we can find a way somewhere back to that. The money stuff, who gives it? What you guys care about money that ain't yours? Shut up with that already, dude. It's so weird.
It always comes up though, and it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing of this era. At least we're not wearing terrible shirts from the time back then. That was our sin. Our sin of the sport was those terrible shirts. These guys talking about other people's money, which is weird. All right, here we go. The cornerstone of this entire program, we've arrived. UFC Pump and Dump. In this special Pump and Dump, it's going to be all about Zach. Because why? I missed all the fights, so I have nothing to say. I'm just a backseat rider. My man, what are we doing? Pumping or dumping?
So I'm pumping first. Gonna start off positive because I'm going to get pretty negative. But I'm pumping Mohamed Saidov. So like, there's so many different angles I want to take on this. Obviously, great finish. Obviously, an amazing finish in his UFC debut, like dream come true. But Dustin Jacoby is so damn good, like good and tough and a striker, and to be able to do that to him on your debut, this is
huge.
We talk about this almost every single week about like the game plan. This is the UFC's game plan. Known quantity, new guy that we want you to know about. And recently, the known quantity has been stuffing these guys down, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen this time. And the final point I want to make is obviously I know MMA is different than boxing, but that Mark Goddard made him finish Jacoby, right? Goddard wasn't diving in, saving Jacoby when Jacoby's getting his ass kicked after getting head kicked. He made him finish him, and that's a finish, right? That's how a finish looks that was a true TKO. He wasn't flatline KO'd. That was a technical knockout, and that's how it should look in any sport.
Amen to that. And to highly contrast against a few weeks ago, look at what Dustin Jacoby's doing. Yeah, he's in deep shit. He got his head kicked off. He's struggling. He's doing as best he can. He's fighting. He's fighting as best he can out of it. He's not fighting back. He's just fighting his best he can to not get obliterated. Directly opposite of what we saw of Ian Cutelaba a few weeks ago, where he got just sat there, just like, and it was very weird. But I salute to you on that. Yeah, that's a real TKO game bird. I like Dustin a lot. Like all I can say is I like him. Dude's cool. But yeah, new guy on the block. And I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I got my own pump. It makes no sense, but it's a couple seconds long. I'm pumping. I don't even know who it belongs to or what. I literally just saw it on the internet. I was like, that's cool as hell. In a real martial arts sense, this is a great combination. All right. Like, feint the kick, get your guy to freeze, lift his leg up, then stab him in the eye. Screw him, hit him in the eye. Now he can't see shit, eat my elbow. Totally illegal in the sport, but if you gotta get down.
That's the Bruce Lee finger jab, dude. The finger jab. Yeah. Bruce Lee used to teach that.
That's it, dude. I loved it. I love that. I was like, that's real martial arts right there. I'm feeling that. All right, on to the dump. What you got?
My dump is Thomas Peterson.
Oh, all right. And to Will, I hope you're still watching because here we are.
Dude, I come on here every week. And I try and fight for the honor of the heavyweight division. I come out here every week and I argue about how the heavyweight division is the only actual real division in combat sports. And Thomas Peterson, that's not even like that. They didn't even show how Walter got there. He pulled guard. Swept him, and calf sliced him. I can't, like, if I'm fighting Walter Walker, I'm going to make him beat me some other way. I'm not saying I'll beat him. I'm not saying I'll win. Dude, head kick me. Do something. You're not leg locking me. Like, how can you in 2026, how can we go into camp against Walter Walker and not have a plan on getting leg locked, on him pulling guard and leg locking you? And then I'm gonna stop talking about submissions because because apparently I don't know anything. Apparently my brown belt is just worthless. I don't know anything. We're talking about. I'm pretty sure Peterson that was either the last fight on his contract or he's on a second contract, right? So you're talking about like 25 grand, right? That's what he was fighting for. He got 25 show up. He's fighting for 25 grand. A calf slicer is not gonna kill you, dude. Let him slice your calf. Let him. What are you tapping to a calf slice for? That's literally a pain. It hurts. It hurts really bad getting a calf slicer. It doesn't. He's not actually slicing your muscles. Like you're gonna be okay, dude. What are we tapping to calf slicers for?
We can't. I'm okay. Like you always defending the heavyweights. I'm always defending the refs or trying to. You can't block them all. You know what I mean? And this is just one of those moments. I gotta say, on the flip side, though, Walter Walker's stock. like sky high. Everybody knows his name, dude. He's like really popular. I mean, I think this is he's got to be. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm so jealous of Walter Walker, and let me tell you why. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows this because I have 0 submissions in my entire career. In my pro career, I have 0 submissions. I started with BJJ and was a leg lock guy. Like I started in the Gordon Ryan era, all this stuff. I'm like a leg lock guy. And when I went to MMA, you know the one thing they told me? Don't do leg locks. Don't leg lock. In heavyweight, you're just going to get your head punched in. Don't leg lock at heavyweight, all this stuff. And I believed him. Cut weight, went down to light heavyweight, tried to box people. And now Walter Walker's just living my life, leg locking all these fat, stupid heavyweights.
You know, if the legend of Frank Mir doesn't prove, you know, the fact that jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu was ultra dominant in the 90s when nobody really knew what's up. Yeah. But it's still that all these years later in heavyweight, it's like still the same art, still same as dangerous in that category. It's a very special niche there. I just want to say it's super rare where the second brother or the second sibling becomes the star, right? Like we all know Johnny Walker, but Walter is like the star. Walter's the guy the people want. Like they need him. They're making memes of him. They're like spreading all his stuff, and it's very rare for the second brother.
Is that
to
6
do that.
in a row? 6 in a row? Like we're talking. This is like Hoist Gracie numbers. He just got 6 submissions in a row. Like what's going on?
Yeah, dude. I mean, the guy. I'm gonna call him Luigi just because he's the second brother. Like, shout out to the Luigis. All right, it's real hard. It's real. I don't know because I'm the older brother, but
I'm the little brother.
For the Luigis, hey, it's hard. It's hard to run in the shadow of the big brothers, especially when they're already a star. So good for him. I'm all for it. Here's my dump isn't really a dump. I'm breaking the rules. It's not really a dump. I'm substituting my dump since I don't have one. I'm letting Mike Davis take my dump spot. We'll listen to his. He had a lot of the dump on. Here we go.
For the UFC, bro, I thought you were cutting wrestlers, bro. All they do is suck dick for 15 minutes and then don't even let you finish. Like, what are we doing? You've been cutting undefeated people on streaks all the time for wrestling. This isn't RAF, bro. This is gay. That is gay, bro. I wanted to fight. I felt good. I took this fight. I'm sick. I've been sick all week. And I still went out there and fought, and I felt great. I felt amazing. I didn't take a deep breath the entire fight. I was fine. Just gay people, bro, in the UFC. Get them the fuck out of here. Stand with me. I just want to bang, bro. I just want to bang.
The 2 parts in that, one, shouting out the "Let me bang, bro."
Yeah, you don't want to be Julian Lane, dude. You don't want to be Julian Lane.
Shout out Julian Lane. I like you, bro. But like, one, that part. The other part of I used to fake cough like that when I was lying about being sick and wanting to not go to school. Like, see, I'm totally sick. Now, I'm not calling him a liar, but that part was funny to me. It just didn't like connect to the rest of the message. I don't know what that had to do with it. But, bro, I like the fire behind it. I maybe don't like so much of the gay bashing, but the fact is, this is MMA, bro. Like, you know what I'm talking about, bro? This is MMA, bro. That's part of the rules, bro. You don't want to wrestle, go fight 4-ounce Muay Thai, bro. Go in karate combat, bro. Like, you can't unless you're gonna make a gentleman's agreement, you're gonna pay him 10 grand on the side. Hey, don't wrestle. We're not gonna wrestle today. This is special MMA rules. Like, dude, this is your sport. Come on, man.
So I made a post on X that actually blew up, and it was from a different post that he made. The first thing I want to say is, and I hope he's got some people in his life, someone that can help him out. Like, that's not it. When you lose, like, that's not, it's like, say when someone beats you in a legal way by the rules, you don't get to whine and complain and say, oh no, that's lame. Shooting 3-pointers, Steph Curry, why don't you come dunk, dude? You just shot 3-pointers the whole game, lame. Like, dude. Like that's not it. What he was mad, the point that I made on X, and he's too salty and not doing the right thing. But he was mad that he won a fight with grappling, and the UFC told him to stop grappling. Right? They said do or not stop. But they didn't give him the fights that he wanted, and they said no, we want you to fight more exciting. And then he's going to go out there and lose to this dude, who's just only going to grapple. That's business. That's show business, baby. Like that's just how it goes, dude. You have to know how much star power you bring to the table, and the gay bashing is not helping you, dude. I'm not you have any beliefs that you want. That's not gaining you any fans. Right. And this is what I said on X, and this is like the last little point I'll make. As far as UFC, as far as TKO is concerned, there's only two types of fighters. They don't care about style. They don't care about race. They don't care about skin color. There's two types of fighters. There's fighters that make money and fighters that don't make money. And which one you are depends on how you have to fight. If you are a fighter that doesn't make money just by existing, you got to do some cool shit. You got to knock people out. You got to do wheel kicks. You got to do something. And you got to know if that's you. And Mike, that's you, dude. Like, sorry, but like that's you. And it sucks. But getting on and trashing wrestlers and trashing gay people, not helping you. That's not going to help you make money.
Nope, that's not going to help nothing. And honestly, besides those solid points that you made, bitching after losing, dude, is just not it.
Never,
it's not it.
It never. It's literally never looks good. Show me one person who lost legitimately and complained, and everyone went, you know what? Yeah, he won. Give him the win. Give it to him. Like,
as far as I remember from my earliest memories of being a little kid playing, recreational sports, the whole point is about learning how to lose with dignity and respect. You can be salty about it. You can be sour balls about it as long as you want. But crying about it, going on the internet is just making you look worse. And now, I mean, I think you just put a target on your back to get yourself cut. You underperform. Now you're just another like loudmouth talking shit about the brand. Well, the UFC wants you to bring money to them, not talk shit about them while you're signing.
I say this. I say this every single week, and I don't listen. I'm not saying this to like get any shade towards me, McMaynard. If you listen to the podcast, dude, I'm not shading you at all. But Mike, these dudes, they remember when you say this shit. They remember. I think Sean Shelby's probably his matchmaker. Sean now is remembering. Oh, that dude called me out for telling him to fight exciting. You better have an exciting fight your next fight, dude. You better have an exciting fight.
Yeah, it's kind of anything you do behind the curtain, behind the production. That's in-house stuff. You hear this term being used. It's in-house stuff. You got to keep the in-house stuff in-house. When you're a pro athlete, bro, you got to keep in-house stuff in-house. You can't just be leaking it. Once upon a time in a different world, in a different life, I was a pro in a different sport. I had lots of crazy shit to say to some of my techs and my teammates. Did I ever say it out loud out there?
Yeah, tell other people about it?
No. But in the trailer, you and your mom are going to get it. But that's a whole different story. You got to be professional, you fighters, please.
And dude, that is like without the gays, that was just weird. That was a really weird route. I'm not like super like liberal dude, but the gay bashing was like went a weird route. But
yeah, it was.
That is, dude. So that's 100% right. That is a conversation you should have with Sean. He should say that, dude. You told me not to wrestle, and you gave me this dude that's only going to wrestle. Like I bet you he would be receptive to that conversation. He's not going to be receptive to you throwing it on X.
Yep, that's 100%. All right, we're here at the end. For those of you who made it the distance with us, thank you very much. Appreciate you spending your time with us. If you're on X, hit the repost if you can. If you're on YouTube, would be nice. Subscribe if we entertained you at all. It would be really cool. Looking forward to do some cool stuff in the near future, some giveaways, some really cool stuff. Just saying, letting you know. I want to close the show with I don't know, just a random little thing that I saw that where is it? I lost it. Oh, here we go. It was going all over the internet. You guys probably saw it, but I just want to introduce a concept to you. Maybe you can apply it in life. This came from motorsports world. Anytime you're doing something and it's maybe not like the exact perfect way to do it, there's a thing called the bullshit threshold. It's how many things you can get wrong, how many things you can goof up before old karma comes and gets you and sets you straight. And this clip, well, you guys are going to see for yourself and we'll break it down for you.
Suman los puntos. Está ahora mismo, sí, mira. ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué está pasando? Pirusa Iván Klitsch. Uy, se comió una mano.
Dude, you're in an influencer boxing, you're going to taunt. Okay, cool. Taunt, bro. Shit happens. Maybe you get knocked out in a fight. Shit happens, whatever. The bullshit threshold was this. You hit double buttons. You hit the point, the max point. That was your limit. But then you went for the Rod Tang chin knock. You can't double dip taunts. That's how you end up falling out of the ring in the corner. My man, you agree or not? You can't sample. You can't hit the sampler on the tongue.
Like 100%. And I didn't know that was the influencer boxing, but it makes sense. He was just doing stuff that he's seen on TV before.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even like it wasn't even the emotes. He was trying to clinch and got hit with a legal punch and then got mad about it and was complaining and then got knocked out. That's the like no, if you know the emotes, you got to know the rules. You got to know the rules too.
That's it, man. That's it, man. Good fun right there. Zach, before we head our separate ways, you got anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Just that we're trying to blow this thing up a little bit, guys. So let us know what you're interested in. Let us try and talk back and forth with us. Give us thoughts and ideas on what you want to see, right? Me and Rob we just talk for an hour about MMA. That's what we're doing, and we'll keep doing it. We'll keep doing it. But give us some ideas, like Rob said. We're talking about giveaways. We're talking about trying to have some, subscription stuff. Maybe just let me know what you guys are interested in. That would help us greatly.
Absolutely. Feedback. Kind of like the name of this episode. Who's listening to the MMA fans? We are. We really do. And from whether it's maybe you guys want some fan experiences, maybe you guys want more interviews. We can bring fighters in if that's you guys want some of that. Whatever direction you guys would like to see the show go, we're all ears. No offense. Our handles are right there on the screen. Hit us up anytime. We're genuinely welcome to hear all of your thoughts, whatever it may be. And good luck if you are betting next this coming week's events. Good luck to you. And that's about it. That's all I gotta say. So it's been a good time. We'll see you next time. But in the meantime, stay fully hydrated. All right.